can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam for Sunday, August 18th. We've got Major League Baseball, full card today, and 4 games in the WNBA, 2 NFL preseason games. There's a CFL game I'm watching, English Premier League, Crystal Palace and Brentford. They're 10 minutes in. No score, action in France. There's plenty of international soccer to keep us busy this morning as well. And I've got a premium pickup right now at tonyspicks.com for the big game in the EPL today for just $15. I guess I could tout it here as we get the show started and the day started here today. Thank you for joining me, everybody, in the chat. Let me say hello to everyone. What a day yesterday of NFL, huh? We're ready for the season, man. Let's not have 3 weeks. Everybody's whining about who's going to play. Let's just play 2 games and get going. They're going to do that soon. I don't think it'll be next year, but it might be the year after. Just have 2 preseason games. We have a Hall of Fame, 2 preseasons, and then we go to work for 18-game regular season. That's what we're going to do in the future. But until then, 1 more week of preseason after today and 2 games still to be played tonight at 8 Eastern and 5 Pacific. All right, let me say hello to my friends here in the chat with Dre. Hello. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel, the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 42,000 subscriber juggernaut. Videos here on the channel, including my WNBA video. Check it out on the channel here for the 4 games today. We'll talk about them a little bit here as we get towards the end of the show, but in case we're running out of time, we will leave. We had that video up there for you guys to check out. Hey, LaShawn Sherman's here today. Great to have LaShawn today. Blake is here. Lando, hello. And hey, D. Shep from Austin joining us. Haven't seen D. Shep in a week or 2 or 3, so good to see Shep here. All right, I'm going to go over to tonyspicks.com and see who did well. I only had 1 million games yesterday, it felt like, and I couldn't quite get it going. I think we finished at 500 on the massive card. We did have some nice winners over there from the handicappers. I'll get it back. Get back at it, whatever, today here, but I want to shout out the winners yesterday at tonyspicks.com, including Pearl of Wisdom, Stephen Duncan, here on top of the handicapper leaderboards from yesterday with a 6-3 record. Great job, Stephen. Mark Butterscotch Eubanks up there, 60%. 2 old ladies a bet consensus, 2-1. Mindy Hahn, 10-7. Tiffany Mance, 2-1. You know, they'll always be grouped together there. Bowdon, 4-3 yesterday. Ron Hahn, 4-3. And Joseph Schultz goes 1-1. So good day for the crew over there. And over the last 7 days, Ben Ruhala, he's just 4 games over 500. He's up 8 units. That's what Ben does. He's having a big year. Ruben Marlborough up there, up a couple of units there almost over the last 7 days. Daniel Wolasachuk still in the green. Joseph Schultz in the green. And Scott Double-Shooty in the green. The last 30 days, Joseph Schultz is up here nearly 15 units of profit. Scott Double-Shooty up there, nearly 11 units of profit. Daniel Wolasachuk, nearly 9 units of profit. Nick Lagaretos, nearly 8.5 units of profit, and Jonathan Solo Malone up nearly 5.5 units. Check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Sunday in Major League Baseball. I got a 5-pack up there right now for the action today. Card here starts at noon Eastern. I think mine starts at 1:30 Eastern. So check me out over there. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to get my 5-pack of winners for today. And also check out, I've got my play in the big EPL game today here in just a couple of hours, as well as my discount best bet. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You get my picks, subscribe to my picks, my 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, or yearly package, or these individual day packages and game packages, which are profit guaranteed. It supports me here on the channel. Subscribe to this pick right here, the EPL Big Game Sunday Discount Best Bet for $15, and I'll come back here tomorrow and do another show. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening to the promo there for the plays today. And I want to say hello to a few more friends, and then we'll get rolling. Fernando's here. Mike Allison is here. Erica Taylor's ready to roll. She's got an over here already in the Cubs and Red Sox game. Want to say hello to the Futon Bets today. He likes Scooble going here. And Daniel says, what happened? The Royals were winning 10-0 in the first inning, or at least it seemed like it. And Nate Dogg is here with his yo-yos. If you know what yo-yos are, you're as old as I am. All right. I had some yo-yos. Anybody in the chat? My yo-yos were red and yellow. I think all yo-yos were red and yellow, at least in the beginning. All right. Let's get going with Major League Baseball. Get these plays out here. Hey, I'd give you a monologue if I had something to talk about. Let's see here. All right, I have plenty to talk about, but we want to get rolling with the plays. We'll talk about it as we go along. So get your pens, pencils, and rotation orders ready. It's time to look at the action here for a Sunday. And Fernando's ready for a sweep of those Guardians. All right, let's get rolling here a little bit. I've got the top of the card, and we want to get rolling here. The Mets are going to take on the Marlins with Beloso going up against Paul Blackburn in this one. Beloso's looked pretty good, and we said he would last game. We were on Beloso in that last start. Beloso has a 2.28 ERA in his last 5 starts. Marlins have a couple of wins there, both of them to Beloso. He got a couple of wins. Marlins have dropped 6 of their last 12 games overall. Mets took care of business yesterday. We had a premium pick winner on the New York Mets yesterday. We tried to go over on the show, but nonetheless, Miami, pretty bad, really just a 35% win percentage on the road this season approximately. Marlins have gone over in 8 of their last 11 overall. Blackburn's made 3 starts for the Mets, and the Mets have won 2 of those games, even though he has an ERA over 5.5 in those games. The Mets here have gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall, and we're ready here. The Mets a $2 favorite or so you got to deal with that. But go ahead, chat, if you're ready to go. I don't know if you guys want to kind of roll here. The Mets, they've covered 3 straight run lines now against the Marlins. go see what the chat has and see what we're going to do here in this one. Widely reported steam did come in on the under here. Let's see with Tyrone Christopher's here. And Nate Dogg will start us off. He's got the under here in this one. Dre leans to the under. Blake likes the Marlins on the run line. Well, if Blake likes the Marlins on the run line, that might be where I'm going to go. Not many people in the chat like this game to start off. Everybody's just still taking a sip of their coffee, maybe. I'm going to take the Marlins here, plus the 1.5 on the run line today. That's what I'll end up doing. Darren's here. Good morning. And I'm going to grab Belozo. What is that price? It's got to be at least a pick 'em on the run line. And... well, it's minus $1.25. That'll have to do. Maybe that is a right thing to do here for me on the show. And Eric is expecting some sweeps here today. Michelle Foster's always great. LaShawn had the Marlins in this one. Darren's going under. And let's see here. That might be it for the chat in this one. Let's give you one more second here. Oh, man. Let's see here. All right, I think that's going to do it. Move on to the next one. We're going to square things up here. Maybe it's Steven to join us. Give me a little respite here today. Make Steve do some work with us. We miss him. And I'll send him the link here. He could join us. All right. That does it, I think, for this game here. And Tyrone says Marlins and Nationals on the run line in this one. All right, that's going to do it. I'll take the Marlins here in this one. Next up, Nationals taking on the Phillies with Irvin going here for the Nationals and Taijuan Walker for the Phillies. Phillies $1.80 here, the total 9.5, and it does seem like it's rising here at this point. Talk about this one here with the Nationals with Irvin here, a 5.32 ERA in his last 4 starts here for Jake Irvin. Washington is 9-5 with Irvin on the mound so far this season. For Walker, he does have a 5.92 ERA in his last 5 starts overall. The Phillies have won 4 straight now after yesterday's game here with the I tried to go over with that one, but Sanchez ended up looking pretty solid, and the Phillies had a convincing victory in this one. Hey, we're going to have Stephen Duncan joining us after. I don't want to say that Stephen only shows up after he has a big winning day. He's a busy man, so we're happy to have him here today. Stephen, I'm talking a little Major League Baseball here today. Thank you. Good to see you, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good.
I ended up having to work yesterday. I wanted to be on with you, but that sucked. But I ended up having to work yesterday. So, but I got in today, and I might be able to be on tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah. So the I got to go with in the first. That was the first game you did, right? Mets and Marlins.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I talked about the first game on the card already. It's a noon start between the Marlins. Let me bring it up.
I'm taking. Here. I never fade Blackburn, so I'll take the Mets on the run line.
Okay. You never fade him even when he was on the A's, you mean, and now on the Mets, or you mean now that he's on the Mets?
Yeah, either I didn't play it or I would play the A's when Blackburn was pitching.
And I was in the middle here talking about this one, the Nationals and the Phillies. Phillies going to be a big favorite here after clubbing the Nationals yesterday. They're trying to make these prices as attractive as they can here for these underdogs today. It feels like I want to kind of gravitate towards the Nationals, but they could only manage 1 run yesterday. Walker, despite his high ERA, has gone under in 5 straight, but the Phillies have gone over in 12 of their last 18, and the Phillies are on a 4-game winning streak now.
Yeah, I probably lean with Irving and Washington in this one. Just a little comeback game after getting embarrassed yesterday. Take the plus money with Washington, I think. Break that losing streak. But I'm not sure I'm going to bet it, but that's what I would lean.
Me too, Stephen. I'm going to take Washington here. I'll grab the run line at minus $1.40, I guess, or so. I think we might see some variance here. Maybe the Nats can get the bats rolling here. Thomas also here, Nationals on the, let's see, one line, run line. It might be one. Whatever the case is, Thomas is leaning Washington anyway, or taking Washington. Daniel's going under. Well, that's in the Yankee game. We try to see if I can't stay focused here with Darren. Nats first 5 in this one. You got Irvin. He's 7, 12, and 6 in his first 5. Walker 4, 5, and 2. And let's see, Lando's going over. Lots of overs there in the chat, no doubt about it. They're leaning over, it feels like. Nunya, you can't be, nothing against Nunya. It's hard to be firing off plays when you have no power, and then your phone runs out, and you're trying to hedge your bet. All right, everybody's teasing you for hanging out at Ski's place again. Hey, Andrew Dampf is in the chat. Nice to have you here. And Woody G. May Mob says the public is all over the Nationals in this one. Oh well, call me square. Didn't they see the Phillies smash them yesterday? I'll take the Nats. And Steven's on a little bit of Nats also in this one. All right. Next up, the Red Sox can take on the Orioles with Cutter Crawford going up here against Suarez in this one for the Orioles here. Suarez has been looking pretty good here. 1.66 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Orioles have gone under in 12 of 16 Suarez starts this season, although the Orioles are just 1-4 in his last 5 starts. Orioles have gone over in 21 of their last 29 games. The Red Sox have gone over in 21 of their last 26. If I mash those together, that's 42 overs and 13 unders, Stephen.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am on this one. I like the over on this one. Crawford he's been fairly inconsistent this year. Sometimes he's really good, but lately he hasn't been all that great. And it's the only thing, the Suarez, the Red Sox bats are just going. I think they'll get enough on Suarez to get this over the total one way or the other. So that's where I'm going with this. I'm going on the over.
Okay, I like it too, but I'll give out another place. We get a little bit of action here. I'm going to lean towards the. I'm going to give it out. I'm going to take the Orioles here as my play as a favorite here at $1.35 with Suarez today. Maybe I'm going to save that over. It's not on my card yet. Definitely looking pretty hard at it for sure. But Orioles have gone over in 6 of 7 day games without rest here. So I don't know. I like that play, but I'll give out the O's. We get some double-fisted action here if we can, and we'll get the chat plays here. Let's see what they have. With Thomas goes Baltimore team total over. Daniel says, can Baltimore just win a game? Andrew says the O's get back on track here. I'm going with them. Tyrone's going with the Orioles, or he's going with the Oreos. Could be the Oreos, because you know what? I don't know, Stephen. This might be a controversial take. Anything with the word Oreo is usually pretty good. So Dre going over here. Nunya likes the Orioles money line. Darren says he likes first 5. There it is. Let me see. Darren likes the Orioles first 5 run line in this one. Suarez 8, 6, and 2 in his first 5s. And Boston's Crawford is 10, 9, and 5. Mike likes Boston. Futon Bet says Santander with a home run. We saw him hitting home runs last week. All right. And, we got a couple plays there. Brentford just scored a goal here on Palace here in this one. So fired up here, the Brentford faithful. All right. Got a goal here in Premier action. All right, let's continue on here now with our next up. Mariners taking on the Pirates here with Kirby going for the Mariners up here against Woodford. Now, in this one, I think Kirby, there's obviously, to me, something wrong. Maybe it's a couple of bad starts, but really two bad ones and three maybe, but 10 ERA, 10.29 ERA in his last three starts. Seattle 1-7 with Kirby on the mound in his last 8 starts. Mariners have lost 5 straight. We know the Bucks have kind of they're maybe packing it in. Nonetheless, they were able to get it done yesterday. I had it here on the show, Stephen. I took them on the run line, but they were able to get it yesterday. But they've still lost 10 of their last 12. They've gone over in 13 of 19. The Pirates.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm not big fan of either team's bats. Obviously, Kirby, like you said, has been struggling like crazy. Yeah, it feels like a bounce back spot though for the Mariners here. Like they got to get one here. They're going to be heavily focused, but I can't take them at -160 the way they're playing right now. So for value, I'll just take Pittsburgh here. You got to take Pittsburgh at the value there.
Okay, yep. With Kirby favored on the road here, and those awkward numbers here, it feels like at this point. I'm going over in this one, so maybe that kind of the widely reported steam came in on the under. So if anything, I'm getting a little bit of value here. I have it listed there. What do I have it? 160 and 8. Yeah, it's still 8. It's pretty much 8 flat. The books, the books are juiced to the over a little bit. So, all right, I'll just take it as my play, the over. Stephen leaning to the Pirates here. The chat says, Daniel, let me see. No, Thomas is going to start us off here. Pittsburgh Pirates run line in this one. And Daniel going under here. Nate Dogg says Pittsburgh with a little bit of handicap. Darren going under in this one. And Mike going Pirates money line. Tyrone says Pirates money line. Andrew, Pirates run line. So lots of Pirates support here. I think, like I said, maybe Kirby is broken. We'll see. Gets a chance here against a weaker lineup to show that he's not. Teresa here this morning. Hello. All right, next up. Well, the Royals took it out on the Reds yesterday for that big. They were up 12-0 at one point, and Singer goes here. So they end up have a road favorite there listed on screen. Yeah, maybe they're still a road favorite everywhere, although I'm showing one book now has moved to the Reds as a slight favorite. But again, maybe the Royals with the big victory yesterday has attracted the attention here of the public, possibly in this one with Singer here on the road going up against Abbott. So not an awful matchup here for Singer. He's got a 4.68 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone over in 3 straight. Abbott has a 5.85 ERA in his last 4 starts. Abbott has gone under in 18 of 24 starts this season. The Reds have gone under in 5 of their last 7 overall. So Reds going under, but the Royals have been going over. They've gone over in 15 of their last 21.
Yeah, I'm a big Singer fan. Actually, I think he's a very good pitcher. He hasn't been. He's been about average as of late, but I think he's gonna shut her down here in this one. And after that big blowout, I think this will be a lot tighter of a match. I'm going to lean to the under on this one, under 9.5. I doubt that's going to be I doubt the bats are going to be going the same as they were. I think they blew their wad yesterday, the Royals. So I'll go under.
All right, and let me see, 9.5 over. I saw some 10s out there. But no, it's 9.5 pretty much everywhere at this point. I'll take a little challenge with you. I'm going to try the Reds off the massive blowout. I think some of my handicap is not a revenge based, but I'm going to end up with the Reds here just as it's about a pick 'em or so. So we'll go against each other there. But you've got the under here in this one. All right, what is the chat saying? Give me the look down here from the group with the Reds and the Royals. Going to start it off here with Andrew says he can't bet against the Royals bats right now after they turned out yesterday. And man, Whit, what can you say about this guy? Mike Allison on the Royals. Andrew's on the Royals. Fernando says the Reds aren't going to get swept. Thomas says, I'll try the Reds first 5, maybe to hang in there and get something done. You got Abbott. He's 12, 9, and 3 in his first 5. Singer is 9, 11, and 4. Darren's going to go under first 5. Daniel's going to try the Reds again. Futon Bets gives us our first Nerfy today. You got Singer. He's a decent 4 for 24. It's just above average. Certainly a little bit above average. Abbott, not good. 8 for 24 there, giving up runs in 25% of his first innings. Nate Dogg says it feels like it could be Reds here. Jay Peasy said the Reds haven't won a home game on a Sunday since March, so maybe they should push back the game time a couple of hours and head over to church to see if they can't change that. Woody G says Reds. Baltimore Dre says KC. Nate likes this KC team. And Shep is on the Royals. Tyrone's on the Reds. Thanks, gang. Good picks from the chat, even though we were a little all over the place. Plenty of picks to look at here. It's not just about Steven and I. Diamondbacks and Rays here with Merrill Kelly on the road against Rasmussen in this one. For the Diamondbacks here, Merrill Kelly has a 3-0 record with a 2.43 ERA in his 5 starts so far. He's only had 5 starts for Kelly right now. Arizona's won 24 of their last 32 games now. Overall, yesterday, the Rays were able to get it done in a low-scoring game. Steam came in on the under yesterday, but Tampa Bay, they still have dropped 9 of their last 15, and they've gone under in 14 of their last 19. Arizona's been going over with those bats.
Yeah, this feels like a bounce back spot for the Diamondbacks. They don't lose 2 in a row too often right now. I still am going to keep heading. I didn't take him yesterday. I didn't play this game yesterday, which is good that I didn't. But I am going to go back on him today. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks. It's a good price of -111 with Kelly on the mound. He's pretty good. He's a good pitcher. Rasmussen just came back from injury, right? And he's still trying to figure things out a little bit. So hard to say if he's going to bounce back and be the old Rasmussen here, but I still say I'll take the D-backs bats on the money line.
All right, Stephen taking Arizona here on the run on the money line here at a little bit of plus money, and I'll grab the over in this one at 7.5, slight juice to the under. I've got it being close. I mean, if it's going to be close, I guess what could it be? 4-3, or it could be 4-4, and that gets me an over. So I'll just take the over. Yeah, I'll take the over. This is probably my least favorite game of the group here. Yeah, we do want to see Rasmussen here. I don't expect very much, actually. I expect this to be a bullpen game, mostly for the Reds. We know Rasmussen can work a little bit, but we got to see. So the chat comes in here with, let's see here, starting it off with Nunya's watching Little League here today. I'm taking Nevada. I'm taking Nevada to win it all right now. If anybody, I don't know, we don't want to be betting on 12-year-olds unless they're the most elite 12-year-olds in the world. So I would like Nevada to win it all, or to win the U.S. side of the bracket. I like Chinese Taipei over in the international side. And I'm being serious here. All right, Tampa Bay over here for Thomas, Arizona for Andrew. Mike Allison likes Tampa Bay on the run line. Daniel likes Tampa Bay on the run line. Tyrone, Diamondbacks, and over. Dre on the over. And Woody likes the over as well. So, all right, I'm on with these guys on the over. I feel better about it all of a sudden. All right, next up, the White Sox and Kai Busch going up here against the Astros. And Valdez, hey, of course I was on the White Sox yesterday here on the show, Stephen. I'm not going to let them put up $4 on a game, but what ended up happening, man, the White Sox, they got off to an okay, I thought they were in there for a little while, but I'm not going to let them put these 350s up. I'll probably go down swinging with the White Sox and some of these jacked up games a little bit is what it feels like. So, all right. You want to go ahead in this one? You got the White Sox. We don't talk about them too much because the stats are just too boring. But I will say Valdez, 2.29 ERA in his last 6 starts and a 5-0 record. The Astros have won 9 straight with Valdez on the mound. They've also won 9 of their last 10, and they've gone under in 11 of their last 16.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's minus 162 for the run line for Houston. I think they do hit that for sure, but don't really like to pay that price. I had the under yesterday and I got it. It wasn't a premium, but I bought it. And I think I'll go back to it again here. I just got to hope that the Astros don't blow them out like 9-1 or something like that. White Sox can't hit with a darn. So I'll go back to the under, I guess, for this game.
All right, Stephen taking the under here. Valdez definitely in a pretty good groove here at this point. Man, everything to me is pointing to the under as well, but the old algorithm over here is saying go over. So Steam came in on the White Sox. I'll try them here again, plus a 1.5. And probably when I go to punch it in, I'll probably have to take 2.5.
Yeah.
Let's see what the chat says here in this one. The White Sox, you mentioned they've gone under in 12 of their last 18 games. So Darren says he'll take Houston minus 2.5. Thomas says you got to put these into the parlays here at this point. Daniel says he can grab 3.5 runs here with me. I know we'd be laying a little bit of a price, but Biggie here today. Andrew says I cannot do it. I cannot take the White Sox at this point. Nate says Kai Bush is not good. Dre's on the Houston run line. Howard's here. Good morning, Howard. And Gary, Biggie's on Houston. Woody may be going over here. And Solo says, don't fade Framber when he's got his hair going. And not to mention the 9 straight wins. All right. Next up, Steven's on the under, by the way, and I'm on the White Sox. I'm on the White Sox. If they're going to steal, anything north of $3, I'm probably ready. All right. I just had to wait until mid-August. Guardians and Brewers here with Colin Ray on the mound. This one, everybody's in the chat is already fired up about this one with the Guardians on the road here against the Brewers in this one. Yeah, you got a possible sweep, but let's give these guys a little bit of chance maybe in this one with the Guardians coming in. Let's run the numbers here for Ben Lively, a 5.52 ERA in his last 3 starts. Cleveland's 5-3, though, in his last 8 starts. They've gone over in 3 straight Lively starts. Guardians here have won 5 of their last 7. They've gone under in 6 of their last 9 games. For Colin Ray, the Brewers are 8-3. In the last 11 Colin Ray starts, they've gone over in 5 of his last 6 starts. Brewers right now, they've won 9 of their last 12 games coming in to this one, Stephen.
Yeah, I don't think I can't see the Guardians being swept here, but man, they got Ray on the mound. I don't like to fade Ray. And Lively hasn't been that great as of late, so maybe there is a sweep here, bud. This is a tough one. I think I'll go. What's the over? I didn't even thought about it. 8.5. Yeah, I'll take over.
Yeah, it's 8.5. It's 8.5 for sure.
Over.
I got to update that on the screen. It's definitely 8.5. Yeah. Okay, Stephen going over. Yeah, not the best price there. It definitely was 8 over earlier. So maybe just a free play on the show here for Stephen. He'll take over. I'll try that. Brewers sweep, Stephen. That's what I'll do. I'll grab the Brewers here. I think $1.25 is a good enough price for me here. $1.30 at DraftKings right now. I'll try the Brewers. Here comes the chat with their plays in this one. Guardians and Brewers. Lando's got, he's back on the Astros game with a little prop play. Thank you, Lando. Always great to have Lando on the weekdays in the chat on the drive-through show. And let's see here. I got a few more. Thomas is on his Guardians. Zolo likes it as a sweep. Andrew's got it as the Brewers again. Fernando's going under. And Dre says Cleveland will get one here. Gary says give him the Brewers here in the first 5. And Nate Dogg says he likes the over in the first 5. All right. Ray 10-7-6 in his first 5s. Lively's 13-6-2. But he does have an 0-3 career record against Milwaukee. Shannon Moore here today as Cleveland. All right. Next up, Dodgers and Cardinals with a couple of veterans here on the mound. Kershaw going up against Sonny Gray. For Kershaw here, 5.5 ERA in his starts since returning here. A couple of losses for Kershaw. Dodgers have won 9 of their last 14, but have gone 7-14 last 21 on the road. I had the Cardinals run line yesterday for a premium play that turned out to be a winner. The steam came in on the Cardinals yesterday. For Gray, he's got a 5.63 ERA in his last 4 starts. Cardinals have gone over in 7 of his last 10 starts, but they've dropped 6 of their last 8 overall, have the Cardinals.
Yeah, Kershaw has not been good since he come back for sure. But, geez. I can't see the Dodgers losing 2 in a row against the Cards, but I can't back Kershaw at the same time. So I'll go back again to St. Louis and see if they can put him away one more time. I just can't back Kershaw right now. So I'll go with Gray.
All right. Stephen's going to take the Cardinals here. A little bit breaking news just came across. I mean, we have trouble with Ketel Marte. He will be out of this one. He's been battling those injuries. I mean, when he's in there, obviously he's terrific. He's one player you keep your eye on with the Diamondbacks, but he is going to be out of the lineup today. I just mentioned it. Not to rub it in for Stephen. I had the over and you had the Diamondbacks, but that one just came across here today. He's been in and out of the lineup for the last couple of weeks. We know that. So, okay. Stephen on the Cardinals here, and I'm going to try the under here in this one. 4-3 minimum for me. It feels like I've got it on the low side, and it's already down to 7.5 here in a lot of spots. I feel almost guilty leaving up an 8. So let me change it to 7.5. I'll juice it up to the over a little bit, but we're definitely seeing a move to the under in the Dodgers and Cardinals game. So I'll grab it here as my play on the show, Dodgers and Cardinals, and now it's 7.5. And Dodgers are indeed still the favorite, but it might not be $1.15 at very many places. I got let me see. I might have another injury report here coming in on our early game. It's going to be for the Mets today. They have 4 regulars out of the lineup today. If anybody wants to take note in that game, yes, we're playing the Marlins with Blackburn, but McNeil taking his rest. JD's taking his rest. Bader's taking his rest, and Alvarez taking his rest today behind the plate. So 4 starters not in the lineup for the Mets today. Keep that in mind. The line has reacted a little bit here down to $1.82 right now at BetOnline. So not a huge move yet, but those are 4 regulars taking a rest. All right. Let's see here. Want to say hello to a few more folks and a few more plays. I don't know. I'm trying to remember where I left off here. Here we go. I think Mike Allison on the Dodgers. Andrew said Cards and under. Thomas said under. I think we showed those already. Here's where we are. Dre on the over. Wine Time's in the chat. Hello. Otani over. Otani to get a stolen base today. And Daniel says Texas run line in this one. All right. Next up, the Blue Jays on the road against the Cubs with Imanaga going for Chicago, and Francis, don't call me Francis here for Toronto today in this one. For Boston and Francis here, he has a 4.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. Toronto still a massive over. It's 35 of their last 48 is where it stands right now as far as their overs. Imanaga, a 4.88 ERA in his last 5 starts, but Chicago's still 17-5 with Imanaga on the mound here. They've also gone over in 7 of his last 9 starts. Here, Stephen, $2 favorite here for the Cubs. Let me see. I'll call it $1.85. And this total is a juiced 725. Some books even listed at 6.5 over.
Yeah, I like the over for one thing, but okay. This is a mismatch. Francis is actually been playing well for him, but I don't think he's going to hold up that way. And I think I could see him just getting blown up here. And Imanaga's a way better pitcher than him, so I'll take the Cubs on the run line as well.
I also will take the Cubs on the run line today. I can't get away from this one. Probably would be a premium if I haven't. My last couple of run lines, I've kind of maybe I'm just a little gun shy. You don't want to take that attitude in handicapping, but if I'm going to give it out I'll just give it out on the show. That'll be what I'll do. I like the Cubs to cover this run line today. Let's see what we got in the chat. I feel like they'll all agree. Quite frankly, here, Biggie went under in that LA game. Nate says, "Give me the Cubs first 5 in this one." Imanaga's 11-5-6 in the first 5, really solid. Francis is 4-2, like you said. The numbers have been okay for him in the wins. He's been good in the wins and bad in the losses, it looks like. Thomas says, Blue Jays have been quiet. I think that means he's taking the Cubs. Dre's on the over. Andrew's going Toronto run line in this. Toronto run line in this one with a nice return. Andrew's going to be definitely getting some big plus money there. Daniel says Cubs run line, and Biggie says it's a Cubs lock. And I'm trying to change the narrative. Steven, everyone always says, "Oh, don't say there's no locks." I've changed my opinion on this just because everyone always says that. I think you could say lock. It just means you like the game, okay? It doesn't mean it's going to win every time. Nobody has that, okay? It just means you like the game. If I've got a lock, hey, it's pretty good play, you know? All right. Let's check it out here. Next up with Nate's got the Cubs there too. All right, Nate. Twins and Rangers here with Lopez going up against Tyler Mahle in this one. You have for Mahle here, a 2.79 ERA in his 2 starts, but the Rangers lost them both, of course, with those run problems here. They've gone over in 16 of their last 23, but mainly because pitching's been kind of bad. They've lost 15 of their last 21 right now. Twins have won 12 of their last 17 games here with Lopez going 3-1 in his last 5 starts, and Minnesota is 8-3 last 11 starts with Lopez. They've gone over in 5 straight with Lopez, although they've gone under in 6 of their last 8 games overall. Twins got the win yesterday, Stephen.
Texas can't hit. I can't back Texas right now. They are in bad spot, man. They have no confidence whatsoever. It's ugly to watch. So this is gonna be a sweep too, right? I usually don't generally like to do that, but I gotta take the Twins, and I would actually lean the under here. I don't think it'll be a blowout. Yeah, Melee is not bad. Is actually a really good pitcher, so he should be able to keep the Twins bats down a little bit. But I don't think Texas is going to hit anything. Right, so I'll go the under, and I'll take the Twins.
Yeah, they could have used Tyler Mahle all season here to try to help them. I will agree with you. I'm going to take the Twins. So let's double up on that, you and I, today, and let's see what the chat has. I don't think we've had one consensus play here yet. Maybe that's just the nature of this card. Let's see what we've got with Thomas. Will start us off. He's got the Twins on the money line. Darren's going under. Here comes that consensus maybe. Here's Dre on the Twins. Here's Blake on the Twins. And Lopez got rocked earlier this season. Yeah, he's 0-2 in 3 career starts against Texas with a 9.82 ERA. Andrew's on the Rangers. Biggie says give him Minnesota. And I think that's gonna do it in that one. All right. And next up. Oh, little one more here, Daniel. Texas on the run line. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, chat. Let's keep it moving here with the Padres taking on the Rockies with Joe Musgrove. He's going to be a pretty substantial favorite in this one, going up against Blaylock, making his second career start. He had went 5 2/3 innings in his debut, gave up 3 runs. Colorado lost that game, but decent outing there. Didn't quite get a quality start. Rockies have dropped 14 of their last 21 games. The Padres have won 20 of their last 24 as they were able to bounce back yesterday and get the win, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yes, my Padres 8-3, 8-3, right? So good job, Padres. I think I was on the total on the show, actually. Oh, no, I took the Rockies. Whoops. How can I do that? Musgrove, 2.41 ERA in his last 4 starts. Doesn't have a win yet since returning.
I don't like this game. I would have to look to see how Musgrove has done at Coors Field in his history. That's why I had the Padres yesterday, because Cease has done really well at Coors Field. He's did really well, but I can't back Blaylock right now. I don't. The total's 11 too, right? But I'm almost leaning.
Yeah, it's 11. Let me get that right, because it's definitely down to 11 at some spots. It's either 11.5 under 20 or 11 over 15. It appears to be going down a little bit. Steam was on the under, Stephen.
Steam was on the under. Yeah. I'm just going to take the Padres. I don't trust Blaylock. They're hotter than hell. I'll take Padres on the run line.
Okay, lay it with the Padres today. I hope so. I'll take the under here as my play. If it's down to 11, I actually was eyeing it here maybe for a premium, but I don't know if I can get the best of it. I'm going to actually change the line here to 11 over 20, make it tough on myself to get a win, and take the under here in this one. Steven will take the Padres to keep it going. All right. Next up, getting to the finish here. This could be it. This could be the last Giants-A's game in Oakland today with these two teams. So, I don't know. Like I said, not a huge rivalry, but they've been playing for many years, because ever since interleague play came, you always play your local rival there. So you got Snell and Sears. I've got 7.5 under 20, but I think if you look across the board, it's pretty much 7 over 20 everywhere right now. We're expecting a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, and it sure will be. And I think Snell wins it. Snell is probably, like right now, maybe the second best pitcher out there. He's hotter than hell. So I do like the Giants. I don't think I like the number, though. Minus 157. I wouldn't take it on the run line. I would just eat the – I'd have to eat the $57, and I'll take the Giants. I don't like to do that too often. Probably won't bet it, but I'll take it for the show.
Final.
Okay, and you know what I'll do is I'll take the A's, but I'll take them on the run line. So maybe we can work it out there. I would think that the public is going to be right on if that's indeed who is slamming this one to the under. Didn't get into the numbers too much, but you mentioned Snell. He's got a 1 ERA in his last 7 starts. Giants are 7-3 in his last 10. They've gone under in 6 of his last 7. And JP Sears has been good as well. 1.71 ERA in his last 3 starts. And Oakland's 7-1 in the last 8 games with Sears on the mound. He did appear already against the Giants, going 7 innings with no runs allowed in his 1 start. So Oakland 15-10 in their last 25 games at home. All right, I'll take A's run line. Steven's on the Giants as we got a little we can both win. Let's see what the chat's doing though and see if they like the total or something here. And, I might have missed the Padre bets because what was I doing? Oh, also, Thomas said Pittsburgh ended up being a consensus play there. That was way back right in the beginning. But thank you, Thomas. I'll mark that down there. Stephen was on it, and I took the total in that one. Okay, here we go. Thomas went over in the Padre game. I'm going to get these Padre picks in here because I was spaced out a little bit. Dre went under in the Padre game, I think is what he was saying there. And
final.
I think Nate went over the Padre game. He's going Padres run line. Now we're on the next game here with the Giants. Here's Andrew going Giants on the run line. Thomas likes A's with me on the run line. Dre's on the under. Jermaine missed the show. Fortunately, Stephen and I will appear on in some type of memory card in a YouTube warehouse for the rest. We'll be 6 feet under, and we'll still be here on YouTube forever. Here's Shep, likes the A's here in this one. He's going to take Giants under in an alternate run line here. I would imagine that's going to be probably 6 or 5.5 for a big return for Biggie. All right, a couple more games here with the Braves taking on the Angels. You got Charlie Morton on the mound going up against Kokonowitz in this one. For Kokonowitz, he's got an 8.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's gone over in all 3 of those games. Angels have dropped 6 of their last 8. They've also gone under in 6 of their last 8 home games. For Morton, he's got a 9.35 ERA here. The Braves are just 7-11 last 18 games with Morton. They've won 4 out of their last 6. They've gone over in 8 of their last 12. Total's 9. I guess with these 2 starters, it should be double that.
Yeah, I'm all over the over here. Oh, I shouldn't even be saying that. Oops. Oh well. I guess you just got a premium. You guys got a premium play out of me. I forgot about it.
All right, I'm going to mark it that one. I'm going to mark that one down with an asterisk. We got a freebie out of Stephen. All right. All right, let me take a look here with this one from the chat. I feel like this one's going to be unanimous. I feel like we might get a total here on this one. Let's see here. Dre's going over, but Darren is going under. Getting towards the finish. Everybody's running out of gas here. Blake on the Angels run line here on this one. I went with the Braves run line on the show yesterday, and gosh, I'm just going to take it on the money line today. Are they $1.65 still or higher?
Yeah.
75. Well, I'm just going
to
stay
$1.64 on Bet Online.
Okay, well, that'll work for me. I'm just going to take the Braves here on the money line today. I feel pretty square about it, but I don't care. I'm going to take Andrew's going to lay 2.5. Juice is on the Braves as well. All right, gang. Thanks a lot for your picks. We got one more to go, Stephen. And before everybody gets all excited, Stephen, because, I know everyone's going to want to jump on the over here at the Little League Classic, but I've got to warn everybody, Stephen, the stadium here they're not going to be playing on a 200-foot wall. This one will be played in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, at a specifically made stadium here. This will be the 7th time they've played in this stadium called Bowman Field that they built just so they could have one game a year. The major leaguers come in, hang out with all the kids. The kids go to the game. It's pretty awesome, and it should be a fun day, and they're going to see some good pitching here, it looks like, with Stroman and Skubal. Now, I will mention there have been 6 previous games in this stadium, Stephen. The average score has been 7.5 runs. Last year was 4-3. The Phillies beat the Nationals. The year before that, 5-3. Boston beat Baltimore. And in 2021, the first game after the pandemic, they played 3 games here prior to the pandemic where the average runs scored was 9 runs. Since then, it's been an average of 6 runs. The Angels beat Cleveland here in 2021, 3-0. So 3 straight unders, I believe, at this special game. You got Skubal here. Obviously, he's going to be the better pitcher right now because Stroman hasn't looked too great. But still a fun game today. Skubal, an ERA just under 3 in his last 5 starts. Detroit 16-8 with Skubal on the mound. They have gone over in 5 straight Skubal starts. Detroit has won 5 of their last 6 right now. Yankees still over in 34 of their last 49 overall. Stroman, though, an ERA over 10 in his last 3 starts. And Stroman's gone over in 11 of his last 12 starts.
Yeah, Stroman's like he's just small pitchers like that gets close to the end of the year. It seems hard, especially for Stroman. Stroman always seems to fade by the end of the season. I thought I would be getting some plus money on Detroit here, but because it's the Skubal effect, right? You're not getting it. I think I'll go with Tigers first 5. That's what I'll do.
All right, Stephen, take Tigers first 5 here in Williamsport today in this one, and I'm going to take the Tigers as my play. So we're on the Tigers here today. Let's see what the chat's doing in this one with, let's see, I think Judge is going along here. Judge home run, Yankees money line. Andrew likes the Yankees. Juice likes that first 5 here, feels like. With you, Skubal 15-6-3. He's one of the best first 5 pitchers out there. Stroman 10-10-3. Darren's on the Yankees. Blake is on the under. Daniel's on the under. And Nate says Stroman's been struggling. He'll take the Detroit first 5 as well. That one's tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Little League Classic in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right. All right, Stephen, thanks for joining me here for the baseball. I'm going to talk a little football here if you want to talk a little NFL today.
I actually got to move. I got to head out. So
okay.
I got going to help Buddy move.
No problem.
Again.
Anything north of the border? Anything in the Bombers? Did you watch the CFL score last night?
I don't bet CFL. I don't.
All right, I tried. A Canadian not betting. I mean, I don't know. You might maybe we will move you to the United States.
I'm just not very honestly. I watch it, but I am not a good CFL bettor, so I'm just gonna say like I'm not doing. I just have not had success at it. So if I ever start doing it, I do it on the side. And if I ever start hitting on a regular basis, then I'll do it. But I'll admit it. I am not, for some reason, I don't do well at CFL.
All right. Well, I didn't mean to call you out or put you on the spot. I just wanted to make sure you got everything. Why not tell us and tell me?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not me there. You don't have to promote.
I just put it out today. You got, you can get my hockey package now until for probably 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know how long I'll put it up there, depending on how much action I get on it. For $250 for the whole season, man. You cannot get a better deal than that. I've been on here before. I do this for people that follow me on a regular basis. I like to help. If they support me, I like to give them a good deal. I've got lots of people that cash in on this on a regular basis, and it's a good idea for you to do so because it's I'm good at most sports besides the CFL, but my number one, obviously, you can see with my Hartford hat, I am killer at NHL hockey. So when that comes up, you'll make a lot of money. We'll have a lot of fun. This is going to be a great year because there's so much parity in the league this year that you're going to be getting some serious plus money plays. I'm going to be playing a lot of plus money in the NHL this year, and I can't wait for it to happen. So yeah, I can't wait for it to start. Except for the fact on one side I'm like, I can't wait till hockey starts, but then I live in Canada and it's winter time at the same time. So it's like two things tugging at me. I don't like the cold, but I love hockey. So hopefully here's a little something too. There's a really good chance that I might be moving to the United States. So that'll be cool. If I do, I'll have to slip over and see you there in Vegas, buddy. For sure.
It's going to be a great hockey season for sure. And we'll see. Also, we got Utah. We got Utah this year to check out. So
Utah's going to be good this year, man.
Be good.
Utah is going to be good. Be good.
Franchise just needs some support, I think.
Yeah. Though they got two really one really good defenseman and one decent defenseman, something that they didn't have last year. And I think that's going to help them out a lot. They got a great coach. The atmosphere is going to be fantastic. I think they're going to be relieved to get out of that whole Arizona situation, and they can focus now just on playing hockey. They got so many good young forwards there. That Clayton Keller kid is probably going to pop off this year. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to be definitely going to see a game in Utah. For sure, no doubt about it. So if I'm doing that, I'll be slipping down to see you too. We can see a game in Vegas, maybe. Are you a Knights fan? Are you a Golden Knights fan?
I am, but I'm a Kings fan from my youth.
Right.
It was our team, and growing up and without a lot of sports on TV, I just gravitated to those teams. And the Kings were on there a lot. Also, Montreal was good when I was young, so I ended up being a fan of the Canadians. When I was in my single-digit years, they won all the championships. So when you're young, you don't have any team in your city. You look for the winners, and Montreal was winning, and I just thought they were a unique franchise for someone like me trying to learn sports as a kid. So I just kind of liked the Canadians. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And I'll have I'll have a 3-game package today, and I'll probably have a best bet as well for Major League Baseball. I'll be putting that in here in the next half an hour. So hit me up on that as well. And thanks for all of your guys that have been supporting me as of late, that have come over and paid up a couple bucks to help me out and make yourselves a little bit of money as well. Thanks a lot for that.
Thanks, Stephen. We'll catch you later. Good luck today. Appreciate it.
Take care, buddy. Bye.
Thanks a lot, brother. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, everyone. Let's keep rolling right now. Utah, if it ain't foreign, we're talking Utah hockey here. If it ain't foreign, it's boring. So they're getting the Arizona franchise. We're not talking Utah Jazz here. All right. Let's take a look at these football games here today with the Saints going up against the 49ers. Now we get away from the Brandon Ayuk drama here for one day and at least get on the field here and see what's going on in this one. And I'm going to end up on an over here, I think, in this one with the Saints and the 49ers today here. I'm not going to spend too much time on these. We got to get off here, get out of here, I think. But I'm going to end up with the over here, a rare over for me in these preseason games. We did pretty well yesterday. The steam on the totals were really crushing, and I was steam chasing yesterday, and we had some pretty good winners on the totals. The sides were a little bit mixed here, but I'm going to end up here on the over. This is about as high as I can tolerate for a total here in this one, but I'm going to take the over tonight with New Orleans and San Francisco, and also with the game Green Bay and the Broncos here. I'm going to take the under 39 with Green Bay and Denver. Denver here, look, they're obviously favored by 7. I don't necessarily want to be taking the Broncos here, but we'll say that the big moves have kind of been paying off a little bit. The moves themselves are not coming through. The Dogs are actually kind of scoring in the games. In the games, but the games where the favorites have moved substantially, those teams have been covering at a little bit higher rate so far in the 2 weeks. Just barely. I mean, the results, we only have 2 weeks sample, but, we've only got 3 weeks of football. So, all right, let's see here. New Orleans for Thomas. And yeah, that's right. Let me read off yesterday's scores: 16-9, 16-7, 13-16, 15-16. I'm kidding. Those were like what the scores were. I don't know. Only a couple of teams even made it to the 20s, I think, yesterday. Here, Dre likes some overs there somewhere. All right, and let me see here. The WNBA. I'm sorry, you guys. We're about ready to get out of here. I'm just rolling this here real quick. I do have a video of the plays here in the WNBA today. So I just saw here actually a steam move that came in the WNBA a few moments ago as we were talking with Steven here. Let me see what I can do about this here real quick. It was on the Chicago Sky game here, if I can get to it. They took the Chicago Sky +8. I don't know about that. I don't want the Sky. Let me go over the games here, each one. The Sun here favored by 7 on the road against the Dream in this one. Atlanta, they've covered the last 2 meetings against Connecticut, including the last one as a double-digit dog. Crystal Palace, I believe, is... Oh, it's an own goal. Brentford's put it in their own goal, and Palace has tied the game. Wow. Unfortunate. All right. Connecticut 7-0 against the spread. Last 7 trips here into Atlanta. But Atlanta's 6-0-1 in their last 7 against teams that are above 500. Connecticut's 1-6 against the spread. Their last 7 off of a win. Connecticut, I thought, they've looked pretty good so far, obviously. But you know what? Tina Charles looked pretty good. Atlanta won that game against Seattle in a little bit of an upset, a big upset. They were a 7-point dog, and they were able to get that win. Atlanta broke an 8-game losing streak when they won that game against Seattle. But Tina Charles looked great for the old... I want to call her old. You don't want to call anyways, but also Jordan Canada has returned for the Dream, and she could have a big game here, I would think, in this matchup. So I don't know, man. I kind of like the Dream here in this one. I'm going to take the points with the Dream for sure in this one. We'll read all your plays at the end. There's not too many plays coming in from you guys. You guys will trust Ramon here a little bit to see if we can't bring home some winners in the W. Seattle taking on the Fever in this one. This one also just got steamed big time to the over. I got 167 there. Forget about it. It's like 171 at this point. I'll call it 170 maybe, but the Storm here are favored by about 3.5 or so against the Fever. Now, Fever, obviously, with a pretty impressive performance there when they won against Phoenix. Remember, Phoenix was coming in on a back-to-back, and the Storm also won their first one back. So I don't know. I think the Fever won that first one back. Fever beat Phoenix, remember, 98-89, as Phoenix was on the back-to-back, and Clark had 29 points, 10 rebounds. But Seattle 6-2-1 against the spread in their last 9. And man, I just got to think the Storm here defensively with Skylar Diggins-Smith, probably with Clark, Lloyd defensively, Ezi Magabagor in there. I got to go with the Storm just one more time here. Look, everybody, I'm excited. The Fever, I think they can get there. Make the playoffs, certainly the way they're going. Seattle's won all 3 meetings this year by an average of 9.7 points. They've covered 2 of those 3 games. Indiana won 13 games all of last season. They have 12 wins right now. They're gonna beat that mark from last year with Clark and probably make the playoffs. All right, keep your plays coming. I'm going to keep rolling here. I'll take Seattle in that one. LA and Las Vegas. I'm going to go over here in this one with the Sparks and the Aces. Both teams played last night, so the total here also is another one where it's gone too high probably for me to put it in as a premium. I'm showing 171 and a half now, and the Aces 16 and a half point favorites here. LA's won the last 2 meetings between these 2 teams, believe it or not. Both of them were at home, but the Sparks are 0-2 straight up and against the spread so far since returning from the break. They lost to Chicago and failed. They lost to the Liberty and failed. Las Vegas lost to the Liberty last night, 79-67. That 12-0 run for the Liberty put it away yesterday. So Las Vegas has failed 4 straight. LA's covered the last 4 meetings, including those 2 victories. Aces, though, 8-1 against the spread on the back-to-back. They're 5-1 against the spread at home. I think the fact that both teams are playing with no rest here does favor Las Vegas, maybe to get this huge number. But I'm going to go over in this one as my play here at 171.5. Just want to mention also, the Sparks, obviously, struggling here at this point, and they're going to struggle in this one defensively, I'm sure, against Asia, against Plum, against Gray, even with, Stevens and Jackson. That's going to be hard-pressed for them to get their averages, I would think. But Odyssey Sims has signed she's on the Sparks now. Remember, she was on Dallas. I said, wow, Odyssey Sims is back on Dallas, and she looked great. But apparently the Wings just can't fit her in right now. That's probably where she belongs, back with that team, but she's made it to the Sparks right now. She played 16 minutes last night, so watch out. Maybe Odyssey Sims can keep it going. Here's the Sky and the Mercury. Talked about the move. It's down to 7 here pretty much right now, and the total 166, 167 or so in this one. I already laid Phoenix, so I get a little bit of a discount here on the show. Laid 8 on the video. I'm laying 7 here right now. Chicago lost to Phoenix, of course, by 20 points first game out of the break, as I talked about here. Chicago just didn't look ready at home, and Phoenix came in and blitzed them. But Chicago did win that game last night at LA, 90-86. It wasn't easy. They had to really extend late. So, I think that's going to hurt them here. They had to work very, very hard just to get that win. Now you have the Phoenix team where they are 7-2 against the spread. Their last 9 at home, 8-3 against the spread against teams that are sub 500. The Sky are 0-4 against the spread on back-to-backs this season. I would imagine Kalia Copper, she had a big game last out, and Griner should have a big, big game as well. Mentioned Chicago and the win, though, there last night. Remember on the show yesterday, or on the video, if you check it out, I was saying, Rebecca Allen can have a big game. And Banham, remember, I was touting Banham, and she had a big game as well as Chicago came through. Cardoso also 15. Reese with 14. I'll take the Mercury, though, to rock. Give me your WNBA plays here in this one. Rich, there's Rich. He's got Fever money line and over. And if it ain't foreign, it's boring, says Caitlin Clark's going to make us a lot of money, I think is what he's saying. Sparks money line here, and Bob Martin says this guy got him last night. Maybe he was on the Sparks. Is that what he's saying? All right. Oh, he'll take the Mercury here. All right. I think that's going to do it, except for one more. I've got the Bombers and the Lions here today in this one. I've got to take the Lions to smash the Bombers. I don't know what's going on with these Bombers right now, but I'm going to take the Lions here at home to win this one. And I'm going to go over. I think the total there is actually too low on the screen. I think it's gone up here. No, it's still 51.5, but I can't, it was 40, it opened 46.5. I think the Lions here get the win probably by a touchdown in this one, and I'll take it to go over. We saw last night, I think we had that one right, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We said take Edmonton and the over, and that's what it did, right? Edmonton won it 33-. Did it go over? I don't remember now, but I do know that Edmonton smashed them and we took them on the show. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for the morning steam. We're back tomorrow on Monday, and we might have a special surprise for you. So please, check me out anyways. You're going to be here. I'm going to be here. We're going to talk sports betting on Monday and get ready for our final week of preseason and whatnot. Enjoy the day today, the games today, everybody. Appreciate you joining me here on the morning steam. All right, here Biggie and Bob and Thomas, thank you for our consensus plays today, and everybody in the chat. Great support. Thank you to everyone for watching. For Tony'sPicks.com. Oh, hey, check out my premium plays. Gosh, they tell me don't forget to promote. Hey, check out my premium plays today. I've got right now coming up in an hour, that big game in the EPL, the big game of the start of the season here. And I've got also package of Major League Baseball plays up there ready at Tony'sPicks.com. We had a nice finish to the night last night. Check me out on my Sunday MLB 5-pack. Check me out over at Tony's Picks. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.